Good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us on this week's edition of the Milford Informer. I am your host, Tim Coet. The holiday season is officially in full swing. Happy Hanukkah to all of the Milford community members celebrating this week. Tonight on the show, we will continue with our new My Milford TV Stories series, where we'll hear from a pair of prominent town officials. We also have news from the Senior Center and more. Let's get things started by showing you tonight's top stories rundown. Tonight, we'll show you two more installments of our My Milford TV Stories series, featuring School Superintendent Dr. Kevin McIntyre and Youth Center Director Jen Ward. Also tonight, we will take a look back at this week's Senior Center Poinsettia breakfast and give you a heads up on some other big events coming up at the Senior Center. And later in sports, we will get you ready for the winter sports season with previews of both the Scarlet Hawks girls and boys basketball teams. Last week, we introduced our new My Milford TV Stories series as a way to continue our call to action to save community media from potential devastating regulation changes from the FCC. Tonight, we continue that series with two new stories shared not by Milford TV members, but by leaders of prominent organizations here in town that have been proud to collaborate with us since the very beginning.
Hi, my name is Kevin McIntyre. I'm the superintendent of the Milford Public Schools, and this is my Milford TV story. I love Milford TV. They've been a fantastic community partner for us. We work with them on a number of fronts. They work with us very, very closely with our athletic program, televising the games for members of the community who can't get to the games on their own, which I think is a fantastic community service. I do monthly superintendent updates with Milford TV, which I think is a fantastic way from my perspective to get my message out to the community. We also have Milford TV engage in a number of kind of one-off programs and productions, which are extremely helpful. Whether it's a music concert, whether it's an event that they're covering, whether it's school committee. Milford TV is very engaged and involved in the life of the Milford Public Schools, and I want to thank them for their efforts, and I hope this partnership to continue in the future. I would say my favorite Milford TV moment was when we did the I Love the Milford Public Schools campaign, and we had a number of students, faculty members, parents, and community members talking about their personal experiences with the Milford Public Schools, and we used this video on the opening day when we brought all our faculty back, and it was extremely powerful. And we also shared the video on social media, so I think it had an incredible and widespread impact. I would say that the FCC is making a terrible mistake. I don't think they realize the value that local cable TV has on local communities. Milford TV is an invaluable resource to the Milford Public Schools and the Milford community, and it's a resource that I would hate to see diminish or to go away, because it allows so many more people access into what we do and shares kind of all the great things that are happening in the Milford Public Schools. So I want to thank Milford TV, and I hope that there's no change to the current FCC regulations.
Hi, my name is Jen Ward, and I'm the director of the Milford Youth Center, and this is my Milford TV story. It's funny because ever since I heard about the issue going on with the funding, I kind of thought back of what my big memory of when Milford TV stepped in to support the efforts of the youth center, and it was this period when we were fighting for our renovation, where Milford TV came and they interviewed us on the importance of why we needed to save the Armory building and, most importantly, keep it as a youth center. And that's when we really became community collaborators, and we ended up working beyond that and having kids being trained in how to use the equipment and how to edit the material that they create. And that has lasted ever since, I believe, 2015, 2014, that we continue to do that every year with the after school program, and we've grown even more with our recent telethons and things like that. In addition to obviously advocating for our program and then training our youth group members, Milford TV has played a huge role in helping our fundraising efforts. So we've had 2 annual telethon events where we've been able to raise close to $15,000 to complete a dance and multi-purpose media center in our basement. So it's really been Milford TV taking the lead role in organizing these events for us, and it's items that we don't have to put on a capital campaign list and wait years down the road for the town to potentially cover the costs of those spaces. So we're being proactive, and with the help of Milford TV, really getting community partners together to get into the building, know the importance of why we want to develop this space, and then really help with the fundraising efforts. When I was actually the youth leadership coordinator as an AmeriCorps position, I would bring the kids over and they would be trained with Liz and Dan, and then it would, whoever was really interested in it would continue in the editing process. And Caitlin was one of those individuals who ended up becoming one of your interns and now works for you guys. And she explained that the first time she picked up a camera was with you guys through our program, and it was due to that collaboration, because we try to, at the center specifically, we don't always want it to be sports driven. We want to find things that kids are interested in that they might not have access to. And this is a perfect example of where we have a neighbor that is willing to invite our members in and be trained, and then in return, they're helping us advocate for our program. These kids are bringing these cameras back into the youth center with their skills that they learned from Milford TV, and then filming the programs that we do, and then we're able to now cast it on Milford TV, where people, tax-paying dollars, they can see what we're actually doing and why they should support both programs. I wouldn't know what's going on, even being a department head, sometimes what's going on at a larger scale within the town if I didn't tune in to the Monday night selectmen meetings that you guys have accessible online or on cable. So it's those things where it still affects the youth center, and just being knowledgeable about what's going on in your community. It's just important that we have that tool at our, and that resource. I would say respectfully that I believe that this funding should not, the way it's allocated should not change. It shouldn't be a choice. I think local access television is important, and I think people that are not involved in it the way that we are as community partners don't understand that it's more than just equipment. It's, it's having trained, valuable staff that know what they're doing, that are passionate about the community that they're serving, and they're really reaching out to all the different local events, all the different programs, to really have the community knowledgeable about what's going on. So I urge you guys to support the local access television programming, and hopefully that you're getting all these messages and listening to the community who really needs it and actually utilizes and views it.
The Ruth Ann Bleakney Senior Center got into the holiday spirit earlier this week by hosting their annual Poinsettia breakfast. Our Milford TV member Ryan Farrell traveled over to the Senior Center to capture all of the festivities and to also find out the details on a series of exciting events taking place at the Senior Center in the coming weeks.
Hey everyone, Ryan Farrell here, down at the Milford Senior Center at their annual Poinsettia breakfast. So I'm real excited to go in and see all the entertainment and the beauty of it, so let's go.
This is our annual Poinsettia breakfast. We have it every year, and it takes a lot of work, but it's something we enjoy doing. And I think it's something the seniors enjoy because, as you can see, we have well over 100 in the room.
It's so beautiful, and I think oftentimes many forget that the Senior Center is so much more than just being open for seniors to come pitter-pattering. You actually do a whole lot of events throughout the year. Would you mind explaining to me how much time and energy went into planning something like this?
Well, a lot of time and energy went into planning this, and this is actually our 14th annual poinsettia breakfast, and it takes all of our staff, which is like 5 people, and my boss Susan Clark does most of the cooking, and we just help her do that. There's a lot of room set up, there's a lot of decorating, but we love it because we love our seniors. And I just want to add that when we started off, there was about maybe 20 people at the breakfast.
Wow.
And as you can see now, there's probably 120 people here now. So it's
Full
really
house and then
grown.
some.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a perfect segue into the musical performance that your senior singers have put together. So, shall we, ladies?
Yes, sure.
What other events and activities do you have coming up?
Well, the month of December is a busy time for us. On December 12th, we'll be doing our Super Bingo, which is a big amped up bingo. We have lots of good cash prizes. We have a very special guest caller this year. Chief O'Laughlin will be coming in to call for us. The seniors love Chief O'Laughlin, and we're so excited that he has agreed to come in and call our Super Bingo. So I invite you all to come and play bingo with us on December 12th. On December 20th, we are having our Healthy Living Luncheon, and we will be serving homemade macaroni and meatballs. That will start at 12:30, and we also will be doing a Yankee swap. So that's a really good time. It's pretty fun watching them swap out those presents all over the room. And then on December 31st, it's our New Year's Eve party. So we will be counting down at noontime. So the party starts at 10, and at 12 o'clock we will be counting down. And if any of my seniors are listening right now, I would urge them to come to our New Year's Eve party. I can't tell you why, but I'm just telling you, please, please, please come. It's going to be a very special event.
The best kind of secret. That's fantastic.
Yeah, secret. But
Well,
come.
absolutely. So it seems like all of your seniors are going to be in for a really good time, and all of your staff. You all just are so engaging, and
We try.
well, you more than succeed. So,
We try.
well, wrapping things up here at the Milford Senior Center. Again, I'm Ryan Farrell, and thanks for coming in.
In just a few short days, we will be kicking off our Milford TV coverage of the winter sports season at Milford High School. Our first coverage will be of the Lady Hawks basketball team as they face off against neighboring rival Franklin. It will be a drastically different looking roster for the girls after losing 7 seniors to graduation this past spring. I visited with the team and head coach TJ Dolliver earlier this week to find out how the new look Lady Hawks were preparing for the season ahead. With a large core of 4-year veteran players leading the way, Milford girls basketball enjoyed one of their most successful seasons in recent memory last year, earning 12 wins in the regular season and notching a first-round playoff victory on the road against Burncoat.
Last year we made playoffs. We made it to the second round. Unfortunately we did lose, but it was very awesome to see that, playoff vibe and the whole experience itself.
Those girls last year have been with them for a while, so it's tough to see them go, but they definitely put the program on the map. So hopefully the younger girls in the youth program, they got to come and see the games, and hopefully they want to continue to play coming forward. But yeah, it was a great season last year, the best one I've had as a coach. And so I'm excited to see those girls. Hopefully they come back for the alumni game and come watch these girls play. But they definitely did a lot for the program and the girls that were in the program last year that are still here. Hopefully they learned a lot, and we can take that and move forward with it.
It was exciting to see them and think maybe one day I could hopefully live up to their expectations and carry on what's been happening the past few years.
7 seniors, they were all very talented. And it was a huge help. I think it made me a better player on and off the court.
Those 7 graduating seniors include the likes of 1,000-point scorer Kate Irwin, 4-year varsity mainstays Emily Pierre-Gustavo, Juliana Tracy, and Jill Valenzola, and 3-year varsity contributor Jess Tomaso. With all of those players no longer in the fold, this season will serve as a new beginning for the girls' varsity program.
With the seniors last year, we graduated our whole rotation. So this year we're very inexperienced, we're young, but it doesn't mean you can't go out and win basketball games. So, the goal last year, knowing the senior class that we did have, the goal was to get some of these girls on the team and just soak in as much information as they can get, and hopefully they could carry that over to this year so I don't have to teach as much. So that was the goal, and so far we've seen a lot of improvement in a lot of girls. So that's what you need if you're going to compete at the varsity level.
Last year, Coach Dolliver kept a large group of underclassmen on his varsity bench, hoping that the younger players in the program would have a chance to learn from a group with plenty of knowledge and experience to pass down.
That was my message to the seniors last year as well. We're ready to go this year, but at the same time, I'm putting these younger girls on the team for you to put under your wing and teach them. So yeah, they did a really good job of it last year.
Even just watching them, I like seeing the plays and the way they could read people and stuff like that was really helpful. And also they would give pointers a lot. If I was doing something wrong, they could help me and correct it or say this way might be easier or better.
As the team looks to start anew, Coach Dolliver has entrusted the leadership of the Lady Hawks into a single captain, senior Grace Rizzio.
I started playing basketball in about maybe 1st grade, started with Biddy, moved to travel in about 4th grade, and ever since then I've been playing. It's been an awesome experience. I was on JV for my first 2 years, but the whole basketball community came together as a whole. I was always connected, and all the varsity girls always made me improve, and it was very, very fun.
She has a lot of characteristics that, are captain-esque. She's going to be a good leader in multiple ways. She's vocal. She's always working hard. So I told her that, I know that she's going to be a good captain, and she's shown it so far. And the real test will be once we start getting into the, the middle of the season, the real grind. We'll see, what kind of, more characteristics come out of her. And I know they will, because she's a good kid, and she's ready for the role as the only captain. She doesn't have anyone to fall back on. So we keep our constant communication. And she does a really good job.
It's a huge role to take on, but I'm very excited to do it.
There will undoubtedly be growing pains for this young Lady Hawks roster, but just as their predecessors did years ago, this new core of players will look to work hard and improve day by day as they carve out a new identity for the girls' basketball program.
It's very different, but I think it's nice because all of us are sort of starting over, so there's no nervousness or trying to live up to the other people. It's just everyone's working on getting better and building team chemistry and working together to have a good season.
We're a very young team, a little nervous, don't know what to expect, but already there's been so much improvement in the practices. We have got our goals up so much. We are hustling. Everyone is coming together as a team, and I think this could actually be a very good season.
I see a lot of similarities to 3 years ago. 3 years ago, we won 5 out of our last 6. To go 9-11. So I see a lot of similarities in this group. I keep telling them every day, it's not about if we turn the corner, it's when we turn the corner. When are you're going to start winning games? Is it in December, or do we have to wait for January? Do we have to wait for February? When are we going to get there? So that's why we continue to work on the fundamentals now, so we can, as quickly as possible, implement the things we need to do to win basketball games other than fundamentals.
We want to get those 10 wins, hopefully get to playoffs, and see how it goes from there.
I think even though it's a younger team, it's smaller, I think we're going to have good chemistry, and that can take us a long way. We put in a lot of effort, so we might not be the best, but we're working hard to get there.
As for the boys basketball team, they are getting an early start to their season as they will host non-conference Algonquin Regional High School in a rare weekend afternoon game coming up on Sunday. While the boys are also looking to fill some major holes left by the graduating class of 2018, everyone in the program was confident the team is positioned well to make a fourth consecutive postseason appearance. When we last saw the Scarlet Hawks boys basketball team in action, they were on the floor at WPI, competing in the Division II Central semifinals. Though that game did not end the way the team had hoped, head coach Paul Seaver and his returning players are hoping to use that experience as a motivator as they enter into a new season.
Getting to WPI last year was a big team goal that we set. It was the first time the program had got there since 2013. We ended our season where we should end our season. I mean, Milford has made a lot of trips to WPI in the last 20, 30 years, and it's a team goal to get there every single year, just like it is to get to the state tournament, just like it is to compete for the league title. Getting there was where we wanted to end our season, but obviously things did not go our way when we were up there, so it's a clear motivator, especially for the guys I have coming back to, get us back there hopefully again this year.
I think we had a pretty good season. I think we hope for a little bit more than where we got, but I think we ended the season really well, and then we put on a good run at the end of the year.
We want to get back to WPI, so that's been like our goal, and now we want to move on from WPI and win like a championship.
While the Hawks do have a number of returning players, they lost a significant portion of their varsity roster from a year ago, meaning new faces will need to step up to help fill the void.
It's like a lot different. We lost like 7 seniors, I think, and we have around I think 7 sophomores now, so we have a really young team, and it's kind of just like all the seniors have to step up now.
We definitely got a lot of younger guys this year. We have a lot of sophomores, so we're kind of looking to senior leadership to help the raw talent that this sophomore class has to kind of all bring it together.
We lost 7 seniors last year, and a lot of them were with me for multiple years. We have a handful of newcomers to this year's team, so we have a lot to replace. We have a lot of production that we need to get from new guys filling new roles, guys that might even be first-year varsity players. But we got a lot of talent that is returning from last year. We have a lot of experience that is returning from last year, and those are we have to build around our core guys, and we need guys to step up that are new to the equation. I mean, it's kind of, it's been this successful build over the last couple of years. We've had a better record in each of the 4 years that I've been here. But just because we lost 7 seniors doesn't mean anything changes from our team goals, things like that. Like I said, we expect to compete for a league title. We expect to compete for a state tournament spot, and our goal is to get back to WPI again this year.
Brendan White will once again serve as a captain for the boys basketball team, with fellow seniors Brendan Saylor and Steve Sutherland stepping up into leadership roles as well.
Definitely helped last year, especially getting to pick the brains of all the guys, the other captains. They really kind of taught me the way, and so kind of been using what they told me this year.
It's been my dream coming to Milford, being a captain, starting.
It's been like a dream to be a captain, and when I first transferred, I didn't think that actually happened, because that usually doesn't happen for someone that just comes in for 1 year. But I'm really excited to be a captain.
Stevie and Brendan, they're both really good players, really good kids. We've been having some good practices. They've been leading the way right with me, so I'm excited.
We're all really good friends in and out of school, on the basketball court. We're all loud, so that makes it helpful.
All of them have been with me for now multiple years. Okay, Brendan is our leading scorer from a year ago, so it's good to have your leading scorer back. Brendan Saylor played a lot of big minutes for us last season at the point guard position, and Stevie Sutherland appeared in 22 out of 23 basketball games for us, so he's got tons of experience, and he's a 3-year varsity player as well. My senior captains, provide kind of the wheel to get us in motion each practice, and they need to do that each upcoming game. But we have a lot of returning guys like Danny Corsini and Colby Pyers and now Dom Schofield, who's a sophomore, who are guys that are going to be stepping into bigger roles. But these were varsity basketball players a year ago who, learned from guys like Caden and Andrew and Zach Tomorrow and Joey DeMarco and Shane. It's more of a passing of the torch, and that's where, we want to be in terms of building our program each year.
While there might be a lot of young faces stepping into this year's varsity team, Coach Seaver and the captains are confident the underclassmen have the talent to contribute to a successful season.
They're really good. There's a couple sophomores that really been stepping it up. Dom, Jordan, been stepping it up. Pretty good big men.
Everyone on our team, like everyone, like works hard. Like we're like the hardest working team like I've seen, I've played with, and like wherever we go, like off season, our tournaments, all the other coaches said we were like hard workers.
The good thing about having 7 sophomores is I have a lot of good upperclassmen and a lot of good leadership, a lot of good character in my junior and senior class. So they're learning from the right kids. They're learning how to work hard. They're learning what this program is all about, because some of my upperclassmen learned that from guys in the past that have graduated in 2017 and 16 and years before. So I feel good about my young guys. They got a lot of work to do, but they're a big part of our success, not just this year, but for the next 3 years moving forward.
With the team showing steady growth and improved results in each of the previous 3 seasons, Coach Seaver feels that he has established a basketball program in Milford that is a proven winner both in the present and in the future.
This is my 5th season now already. I mean, time's flying, but I'm very happy with where the program is at. We've made 3 consecutive state tournaments, which hadn't been done since 05, 06, 07 prior to last year rather. We got a chance to make 4 in a row. And we've gone deeper in the tournament every single year. You know, it was good to get in a couple years ago, get that experience under a belt, and then we had that great win at Marlboro 2 years ago. We had a great road win against Medfield last year, obviously, getting to WPI. And I feel like a lot of the guys that we have, not just on this varsity team, but even the younger guys in this program, they've come to learn that, okay, this is what Milford basketball is, and I'm very pleased with where the program is right now and where it's going. And that's a testament to the guys I have now and the guys that have graduated in the past.
That's going to wrap things up for this week's show. Just a quick reminder to our viewers, time is running out for you to file a comment with the FCC asking them to save community media. A decision on regulation changes could be made next week. We are asking for everyone in the community to support us in this crucial time. Please take a moment to visit our website, milfordtv.net, and click on the Get Involved tab. There you will find all of the information you need to contact the FCC. Once again, we thank you so much for your support, and we thank you for tuning into this week's edition of the Milford Informer. From all of us here at Milford TV, this is Tim Coette saying have a great week. So long, everybody.